Hello, I'm Paul, and in this video I will show you how I made that sci-fi kind of moon, because I think it's pretty cool actually. So let's do it. Okay, first we will need moon displacement map, and there are 3 moon textures on the NASA website. So if you type in your browser NASA CGI moon kit and choose the first option, it will take you to NASA website with moon textures. What we need is just a displacement. I don't need color map, so I will go a little bit lower, and here is the displacement map. From download options, I will choose the 5th option, which is 5700 by 2800. But what's important, I'm not downloading the float version, but uint, unsigned integer, or whatever. I've noticed it works pretty good, so I will choose this one. Now let's go to Blender. So I will be using Blender 3.0. I will stay in cycles. First we need a sphere, so let's select everything and delete it. I will also turn off floor and axis so we can see better. I will change the view from solid to rendered so we can see how the shader works. Okay, let's add icosphere. I will change subdivisions to 6 so it's nice and round. Now let's make a new material. I will be using Node Wrangler quite a lot, so make sure that add-on is on. Now I will replace principled BSDF shader. Select it and press Shift S shader emission. Okay, I will change the strength to 50 and color to probably blue. Yeah, that works the best. Now we need only part of our moon to shine, so we will need transparent shader, and I placed it on top on purpose. So when we're gonna add mix shader, I need to plug transparent shader on top and emission into bottom slot. Nothing's changed yet. Next I will add layer weight node, and I will plug Fresnel to our mix shader factor. Something's happening now. Still doesn't look like moon, but there's a progress. Okay, we need only part of the moon to shine. I will use gradient texture to achieve that effect. Obviously color ramp. I think I like color ramps in general. Okay, let's plug it all together. Color output from color ramp we need to plug into blend input in our layer weight. Now I will change interpolation mode in color ramp from linear to B-spline. We will also need texture coordinate node, and if you got Node Wrangler on again, just select gradient texture and press Ctrl T. That will add the nodes we need. Here you need to plug object output from texture coordinate to vector input. That will give us a little bit more control over the whole thing. Okay, that doesn't look like moon yet, so now we will need the displacement map we downloaded from the NASA website. So let's find our download and drag it straight into the shader editor. Here we're gonna need to change the color space from sRGB to non-color, and we will add displacement node. So Shift A, vector, displacement node. Let's plug color from our image texture to hide in our displacement, and displacement output to our material output node. Now you can see there is something happening, but we got like those weird artifacts. And it is happening because our sphere hasn't been UV unwrapped. So from the top menu, select UV editing, and if you look on the left hand side, yeah, That doesn't look right. So make sure that all the vertices are selected in your right window. Then press U and choose sphere projection. That looks better, but still not quite. Our mesh is not covering the whole displacement map. So in the left window, select all vertices by pressing A, and we need to scale it, but only on the x-axis. So press S, X, and 2. So we scaled it twice on the x-axis. Don't worry if your image sticks out a little bit. That won't be a problem, trust me. Okay, let's go back to our layout. So from top menu, select layout. That looks much better, but still doesn't look like what we want. First, in displacement node, let's change the scale to 0.1. And if we go back to our color ramp node, and here we need to move our left slider to the right. I will set it to 0.83 because I did it earlier. And if you have that bright spot on your surface, let's move to the mapping node on the left, and we need to change location on the x-axis. Just move it to -0.2, and this should disappear. That looks much better, but still when you rotate your sphere, you can see the emission from the inside of the sphere, and that's not what we want actually. To change that, we need another mix shader. So let's move our material output to the side, and let's duplicate our mix shader. Select it, press Shift D, and let's place it between the first mix shader and material output. Now we will plug our transparent shader, the second shader input in mix shader. That didn't change anything yet, but I will use geometry input node. So Shift A, input geometry, and here we need to plug back facing to our mix shader factor, and there's no emission on the inside of the sphere. And at this point it's pretty much finished, right? You can change your color. You can go from blue, let's say, to orange. You can rotate moon, set it the way you like. Okay, so now you did everything I said. You got your moon, you placed it in the scene, and suddenly, oh, there's a problem. You can see stars or whatever object is behind. And that will happen because we set the inside of the sphere as transparent as well. So to fix this, you just simply have to add diffuse shader, change the color to black, and where's your second mix shader, instead of transparent, you need to plug this diffuse shader, and that should fix the problem. So wherever there is something behind, I'd rather use diffuse shader with the second mix shader node. If it's moon on its own, yeah, go for the transparent. Looks much better actually. And here we go. That's our sci-fi kind of moon. I will post the full node setup on my website, so check it out, and see you in the next video. Bye.